Hey, it's Frank from 4D Honeybee, and I'm going to check out the last big hive you see there, the Demaree split. I'm just going to probably reduce it from 2 honey boxes, 2 honey supers down to 1, because they don't need that much room up there, and I'm going to pull some resources from that box, from those boxes, even if it's just drawn out frames, because I've done 4 splits, and within a week I'll be moving those splits into hive boxes if they have mated queens. So I'm going to need some extra frames and resources to help them out. So this shouldn't be a long one. Thanks for joining me at 4D Honeybee. Okay, so hopefully, if this all works according to plan, which it never does, I'll just combine these 2 honey supers into one. I'm going to leave the white box eventually, but if I can, if things go well, and if I can figure out how to balance the frames and such, I am going to drill a hole, an upper entrance hole in the white box here. Because I like basically all of my deep boxes to have a high entrance / exit hole. Let's see how these bees are looking. Hey, drones. Ooh. All right. So it looks like there's coverage on about 7 frames here. We'll see how much they've drawn out. Pretty much what I expected. I'm going to go to the end frame just to see if they've drawn anything out here. Nope. Just barely even starting to get on it, which is fine. I'm going to remove this box and actually start working on the second box, because that's the one that I want to empty, or mostly empty, drill a hole in it, put it back in it. So let's see if I can do that. Don't get these bees too upset. Take a look at all the ants here. This is always a concern, but it's as long as it's outside the hive, we can live with it. See all the ants running up and down that side of the box? Like I said, as long as they're not in the box, we can live with that. It's earwigs is another huge one here. Man, the earwigs up here, crazy for some reason. That's nature at its finest. Okay, so this box is looking a little better. Like it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames are drawn out. So I think I'm going to pull out the middle frames here, drill my hole, then one by one pull the frames out of the other box and drop the bees in here and then close it all up. I think that's going to be the least disruptive. There is going to be some disruption. Again, there's an excluder on this hive, so I'm not expecting any queen activity up here. This is the hive that I really wanted just for honey. I made a Demaree split on it, and it did get me a 1 queen cell. But really in the end, they're not doing anything more than just a regular hive with 2 supers on it. It's jam-packed with honey, as you can see. Lots of big fat drones. Look at all those drones, man. Okay, I'm just going to set these frames over here. It's a nice quiet hive so far. These guys were a little riled up actually because I passed the weed whacker around here. They weren't too crazy about that. This is a drone frame that has hatched out now. And again, because the queen isn't here, I'm not worried about those cups there. But I'm actually eagerly anticipating them filling these cells with honey, because they'll probably get a bigger yield because of the bigger size cells. That's why there's so many drones in this hive though. This entire frame, they made into drone comb. Don't know why. It's what bees do. They kind of do their thing. Jam-packed with nectar and honey. They're starting to seal it. And there's another queen cup. You see that? Let's just have a look at it. Look at that bee there. Looks like a queen. Yeah, nothing in there. Okay. I've never drilled a hole into a hive while there are bees in it. So this might be a little adventure. But let's try it. Another big drone frame here. You see how big the cells are? And this was just an empty frame that I put in. So they chose to make it drone comb. Don't know why, but now as you can see, the drone is hatched out. It just hatched out within the last week. So they're just starting to fill it up with honey. So again, I don't want those frames to go into another hive because they're just going to fill it up with drones. Okay, so let's see if I can do this hole. I'm just going to drill a starter through the front here. Then hopefully if I do it right, I'll be able to finish the hole from the inside out so that very little sawdust falls inside. Okay, that's good. So now the starter hole is in the inside box. I just put the bit in it and finish it. There you go. Minimal bee disruption. Right, guys? You alright with that? Not like they have a choice. There is debate about upper entrances, but I like them. I like them because you can always close them whenever you want, if there's a reason to. But I think it's better for the efficiency, particularly honey making up here. Bees don't have to walk through an entire brood's nest to get to the honey place. See, they're drawing this frame out nicely, so. So I'm just going to make an assessment of how many drawn out frames we have here. This one's mostly drawn out. It's getting there. And leave them the bulk of it, and then take some frames so that I've got some extra resources. And again, that will, I don't know, it might slow this hive down, it might not. It's certainly, they still have a lot of room to store honey and nectar. And again, at any point, if they're starting to fill it up, I can always just add another box. This one is jam-packed. Very nice. Okay. Let's get these frames back in. Nice empty frame like this. It doesn't have any honey in it yet. But this is one of the drone frames, so I'm going to leave that one. I was going to say that I was going to take that one, but this one's full of honey. I'm going to let them close it up. This one's also heavy, heavy, heavy with honey, so I'm going to leave it. This one they're just drawing out, so I'm going to take that one. It's the other big drone frame. And this just hatched out. Leaving that one as well. Taking this one. This one's starting to get drawn out nicely. Starting to put some nectar in it too. This one's got a lot of resources. It's got nectar and pollen. I'll eventually move the pollen probably down to the bottom. I'm going to take this one too. It's drawn out. It does have a lot of nectar in it. But we're going to take anything that's still in the process of being drawn out. Look, watch the nectar splash out here. Check this out. See that? That's all just brought in the last day or so. Another frame just jam-packed. They're just starting to seal up the honey. from the top down. See that? Check this out. Starting to seal it up. And that one. Other one that's being drawn out. Take that one. Another full one. So what's going to happen is, in about 5 days, I'm going to be hiving 4 splits that I made, and they're all going to need honey. So I am going to take some resources from here. Originally I planned not to touch this hive. Originally I planned just to make this hive my honey producer, but I changed that plan as soon as I was able to make a split off it. I took some bees out of it, took some resources out of it, took a queen cell out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. One more. And it's still making a lot of honey, and I'm still going to take honey from here, but really the priority has to be to have all the resources to make your splits work. There's another frame that they're drawing out. Okay, I'm going to give them a very empty frame at the end. And that's it. So again, if I weren't knowing that I was going to take some honey from here, I wouldn't have done this, because these guys are going to fill up this box pretty quick. But within 5 days, this box is going to be missing 40% of its honey, I'd say. And so it's 1st of June. I think it's June 2nd, I think. So basically I want to be extracting honey from this hive in July. So it's going to have, after this next maneuver, it's going to have a full month to just make honey. Well, that's what I said last time, isn't it? Alright, so that's it. I'm going to shake these bees back onto here, and then I'm out of here. So thanks for joining me at 4D Honeybee.